everyone. I'm Julie Simon, the overeating recovery therapist and coach. And today I'd like to share with you a little 3-step process I created called an inner conversation that can help you interrupt the urge to eat emotionally. So that might look like eating when you're not hungry, mindlessly snacking, overeating at meals, eating beyond full, or binge eating. So if you find yourself wanting to turn to food at any of these times, I'd like to ask you to stop and take a mindful pause. If you can grab a piece of paper when you're doing this, all the better, because when you're writing these things, you tend to be a little bit more focused. So take a mindful pause and ask yourself, what am I feeling? This is step number 1. What am I feeling in this moment? Okay, I know that I want to eat and I'm not hungry, or I'm already full and I want to keep eating. So take a mindful pause, give yourself permission to go ahead and eat afterwards if you need to, and ask yourself, what am I feeling in this moment? And you might also ask yourself, is there any situation going on in my life that I'm having feelings about, right? So you pull away from the food and you ask yourself, what am I feeling? And you notice that you're feeling a little agitated, that you're feeling a little sad, that you're feeling lonely, and maybe a little emptiness. And perhaps you can even identify some bodily sensations that go with these emotions. So maybe you say, well, the sadness, I kind of feel a little slumpy, and the agitation, I feel a little tense, and the loneliness feels kind of like a hollowness inside of me. And that's what I'm feeling. And perhaps there's a situation that goes with that. Maybe you say, gee, I've just been kind of lonely lately. There haven't been a lot of people for me to hang out with. And I'm just noticing a little bit more loneliness. I'd like to have a little better connections in my life. So you ask yourself, step number 2, when I'm feeling these feelings, what is it that I need? Okay? And we just kind of started to address that by saying I could use a little bit more connection in my life. So what does that look like? Really try to be specific. Well, I could use more intimacy, more sharing about emotions and caring and laughing together. I could use more connection. Nourishing connections, people that are kind and supportive and loving and caring. All right, so now you've interrupted the urge to eat. You're noticing that you're having these feelings, and you're clear on what your needs are, what there's not enough of in this situation. And by the way, emotional eating actually represents a disconnection from your emotional self. So whenever you're turning to food, you're disconnecting from your feelings, you're disconnecting from your needs. So when we take that mindful pause and we stop and we connect to what I call the feeling self, we have an opportunity to actually address our emotional eating and resolve our emotional eating. The 3rd step is to bring in an inner nurturing voice. We want to perhaps develop, if it's not much developed, and strengthen an inner nurturing voice that's capable of reassuring us that our feelings and needs are valid. It's okay to have all those feelings and needs, and that our feelings and needs, our needs can be met, that we can actually meet those needs. So we bring in that inner nurturing voice, and she says something like, hey, I see you, I hear you, and I can totally understand what you're feeling and those needs, and they're valid. It's okay to have those feelings. It's okay to have those needs. I want to tell you that I'm here with you. I love you. I care about you. I'm closer than your breath. I'm the highest, most loving part of you. And together, we can figure this out. Together, we can get those needs met. We can bring more connection into our life, more nourishing connections into our life. And I'm here to help you do that. And as you practice this inner nurturing voice, it will get easier and easier. In the beginning, it may not feel like it interrupts the urge to eat, so you may want to go have a little bit of something, whatever you were going to have before you started your inner conversation. But over time, you will find that having this inner conversation with your inner nurturer will begin to interrupt the urge to emotionally eat. And that's my 3-step process for today. I will look forward to seeing you a little bit later. Bye for now.